Hi guys, this is S20.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Yes, the triplet is finally full. We've already unboxed the S20 and the S20 Ultra, and now comes the mid model right between them. So basically, some people would actually want to buy this phone more than the other ones. Maybe the S20 feels underpowered and maybe the S20 Ultra feels overpowered. That's where the S20 Plus comes in, and it should be priced at around $800 or $900. We have the blue version here. It's sort of a baby blue. It's definitely a change of pace from the gray and black of the S20 Ultra. Okay, so quad camera setup at the back side, and let's see what else we got here. It's an unboxing after all, so let's see what we got inside the box. Now, as you may assume, it's exactly the same as we saw with the S20. We got this metal key used to access the slots. Got your manuals right here. So far, so good. Okay, let's put this aside, and here comes the charger. So this is a super fast charging unit. It's a 25-watt charger with an USB-C port. Next up here, we have this empty little shell, which should contain maybe a special adapter used to transfer all your useful things and data and things like that from your older phone to your new phone. And here comes the USB-C to USB-C cable, which you're going to use to connect to the charger and also maybe to one of those newfangled PCs or laptops who have USB-C ports. And these are the AKG tuned headphones, nothing you haven't seen before. Not very much change from the past year, from the Note 10 ones, from the S10 ones, so basically the same experience. Even though maybe with a slight bit more bass. Okay, so that's everything available inside the box here. Okay, we're done with that. Let's fire up the phone and see what the fuss is all about. First things first, throughout the unboxing and the review of the Galaxy S20, I kept calling it too small, too petite, too tiny, too compact. This is finally a big phone. It's also a long phone. We're dealing here with a 6.7-inch device, and if you've handled the Galaxy A71 or A70 recently, you know exactly what to expect. It's got the same footprint as the Galaxy A71 basically, and it actually resembles it if you look at the facade. I've taken the liberty of already performing the setup, so you will not be bothered through that process throughout the unboxing. Now, aside from the hue you see here, which is supposed to be cloud blue, we also have cloud white, aura red, cosmic gray, and cosmic black. Okay, so we're done with the accessories, we're done with the box. Now let's have a look around for the specs and the design. First of all, glass at the front side with a pretty immersive approach. Then comes the metal frame in between with a thickness of 7.8 millimeters, and this whole thing weighs 186 grams. It catches the light in a rainbow pattern, and we got glass at the back as well with a gentle, well, almost inexistent curve, so very, very gently curved. Now it sits pretty well in my hand. It's a bit of a long phone, so one hand use may be a bit cramped, but the grip is quite okay. You think it was slippery, it's actually not that slippery. The screen you're seeing here, it's a dynamic AMOLED, and let's actually access our website. Here we go, gsndon.com. As I said before, 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED with a resolution of 3200 over 1440 pixels. It also has the 120 Hz refresh rate, but by default when you buy it and you set it up, it's 60 Hz. It's got Gorilla Glass 6 protection and a punch hole camera for the selfie right here at the top. Just in case you were wondering, it's a 10 megapixel shooter which does 4K 60 frames per second video capture. Now, I mentioned the screen before. Something to always remind about this handset, to always remember about it. If you want to tweak the refresh rate, now you can only go to 120 Hz if you're applying the Full HD Plus resolution. So if you want W Quad HD Plus, you have to stick to 60 frames per second. You can already tell things are a bit more fluid than they were before. Okay, so notifications keep piling in. Let's turn down the volume a bit and continue towards the inner portions of the phone. Now we got the controversial Exynos 990 inside, 7 nanometer plus processor. Controversial because people have been feeling the difference and have been calling the Snapdragon 865 superior to it. It's accompanied, this device here, this CPU by 8 GB of RAM and also 128 GB of UFS 3.0 storage, as well as a micro SD card slot. The battery is a 4500 mAh unit with 25 watt charging. There's also wireless charging, there's also reverse charging, so you can put a device here and have it juiced up. Then we have the stereo speakers, so we actually have one at the bottom here, and we actually have one at the top, which is very well hidden, so you probably will not see it. It's above the cutout for the selfie camera. As I mentioned before, the selfie camera is a 10 megapixel affair, and then we go to the back side where we uncover the setup. So it's a quad camera setup. We have the LED flash here, we have a microphone here, and the quad cameras are 12 megapixel, which is the main one, optical image stabilization, dual pixel technology, 64 megapixel, the one for zoom, telephoto one, 3x optical zoom. We have a 12 megapixel shooter for the ultra wide and a time of flight 3D camera for your bokeh and focusing needs. Now, of course, a quick glance at the camera interface is something that's definitely doable. I have this little toy here, very clicky. Okay, so this is about it. You're going to be switching between the cameras like this. This is the 3x zoom, which is actually not half bad. Okay, one of the novelties provided by Samsung here is the fact that you can shoot 8K video, and another one of those novelties is that you have pro video, so you can do tweaks like you know, ISO, white balance, exposure, focus, metering and shutter in the video department. Okay, so we also have single take, which is yet another novelty, basically a way of using AI to take a series of photos with all the cameras at the same time and keep the best ones, plus apply a few filters. It takes photos and videos with the optimal result. Here you have the AI tweak, the scene optimizer, which detects the ideal scenery for all of your needs. I think we're about done with the specs. Time to talk about the connectivity for a little bit. So this phone comes in a 4G version, but it also has a 5G version, and it has GPS, NFC, USB-C 3.2 at the bottom side. There's Wi-Fi 6, and it runs on Android 10 with One UI 2.1 on top, which includes, among others, of course, a dark mode. We have a screen recorder, we have a music share, we have quick share. There's Duo, Google Duo in the phone app, and there's something new here. It's called Samsung Daily and replaces the old Bixby window. Okay, so that's about it. I didn't forget anything, I guess. The phone is IP68 certified and resilient to water and dust. We'll be back with a full review pretty soon, but once again, it fits in the hand like the Galaxy A71, pretty much the same footprint, although a bit more premium and 8K video capable, if somebody needs that nowadays. This is from gsn1.com, and this was the unboxing and the contact with the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. Bye bye.